So I am here to talk to you guys about my experiences with the COVID-19. Um, I want to first say if you have any type of symptoms, whether you think it's from your allergies or from your sinuses or just a cold, if you have any type of symptoms, and even if you're not having a fever, then you need to go and get the COVID test. I want to say that it is real. I want to also say that not necessarily that I could not get it. It wasn't that I didn't think that I could get it. I just thought that I wouldn't get it. But I do want to say, please, guys, make sure if you're having any symptoms to go get tested. I do also want to tell you to kind of start on doing some things for yourself, because I have a sister that's an RN, and when it first hit the U.S., she started like telling us, you guys, you need to do this, you need to do that, and some things to do to kind of get our bodies ready in case we have to face the COVID. And I'm so glad that she did. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that she had us doing. First, I will say she had us taking vitamin D. We took vitamin D. We did the vitamin C, the chewables for the ones that didn't want to do the emergency C. And let me show you here. This is the emergency C, and it's good. It doesn't taste good, but it's good to help build your immune system. And again, I did tell you the vitamin D. Also, zinc and elderberry. Elderberry. It may say black elderberry, but elderberry. Also do that as well. There is something called a citrus bowl, where you would take the lemons and limes and you would squeeze it into a pot of water. And then you would take oranges. You can eat the orange if you like, but the peels from the lemons, limes, and oranges, you would take those and you will boil them in a pot of water. And you can actually drink that. That's a tea, citrus tea that you can make from that. And you can drink that tea. You can add honey to it if needed. But that's very good for a hot liquid for you. And those are some things that you can be doing just to do it, not necessarily because you're sick, but just to do it to kind of build your system up. And also, I'm going to tell you some things that I was faced with. I had a sore throat. My throat was irritated. And then I developed a cough. And after the cough, I had a headache, I had congestion, and I thought my sinuses was acting up. It started to get congested on one side, and I could hardly breathe out of one nostril, and then it would rotate a little bit. But congestion is definitely one of the things that I dealt with. I lost my smell, and when I say I couldn't smell anything, I could spray Lysol. I could have hand sanitizer. It didn't matter what it was. I could not smell. I couldn't smell anything. And then I lost my taste. Nothing tastes like anything, regardless of what I ate. It didn't matter if it was salty or sweet. It really just didn't taste like anything. And in order to taste it, just a little of it had to be super salty or super sweet. And so losing my taste was one of the issues that I had. My appetite changed. It was not the same. I had nausea. I also had diarrhea. Man, I was wondering in the beginning, why were the people buying all the tissue off the shelf? And I thought, that makes no sense. Why are they buying tissue off the shelf? Well, I found out the hard way. Yeah, diarrhea is one of the symptoms. And I did have that as well. So, and then muscle spasms and pain. Man, I hurt so bad down my spine and my muscles, like it was in the bone, and it hurt so bad that I could hardly straighten up to walk straight. Just going to the restroom, I could hardly walk straight, you guys. It was just awful. It was awful, awful, awful. And those were just some of the symptoms that I had. I did test positive. Um, thank God I had family members in the house with me that tested negative, and I kind of quarantined off to myself from my family. They would bring me food, and they had masks, they had gloves, they had Lysol disinfectant spray, um, hand sanitizer. I think I did say gloves and mask, yeah. So they had those things, and we used it. I mean, the spray, I would spray going through to the restroom, spray coming back. I made sure that I did a lot of spraying when they entered my room. We also used the spray. So, and they never came in without their mask. So that's very important. Um, Other symptoms are shortness of breath. I did experience a small issue with my breathing, but it was not bad enough where I had to be hospitalized. Um, and fever, I didn't really have a fever. So those two things I did not experience, and I'm grateful. But I still say that starting on those vitamins and everything that I was doing kind of gave me something to fight with. And I think it makes a difference when you have your immune system, you know, built up enough to be able to fight. I know that they say a lot of people that have existing health issues, people that have existing health issues, like diabetes and high blood pressure and asthma, different things, is much worse on them, and it could be. I don't know, but I will say that I have high blood pressure, um, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and that I went through this thing with the help of God. I don't know if you believe or not, but I believe that's where my help came from. And I believe that He helped me through this. He helped me through it. Also, I will tell you, I use Mucinex. Um, there is a Mucinex Sinus Max. There's a Mucinex DM. Whatever type of Mucinex that you feel that you need for your symptoms, do that. Because what they will tell you is, at this moment, there's nothing they can do. You've tested positive. All you can do is treat the symptoms. So you treat your symptoms, whatever symptoms you're having. You treat your symptoms, and you quarantine. So I did those Mucinex. I also, this is an off-brand of Theraflu, but I did the off-brand of Theraflu as well. Here is a ginger, it's a lemon and ginger herbal tea. I'm going to tell you guys, it was great. I used it. I put honey inside of my tea. I use honey with it as well. And that was great because whenever you're using the hot liquids is what thins the mucus and it helps it to come up. And you guys, I'm only sharing this because I went through this and I want to help somebody else that may face this. That way, I pray that it will be as easy for you as it was for me. I pray that it will. I don't know why I was allowed to get the COVID-19, but I will say this. It doesn't matter. I mean, I was allowed to, and anybody that has faith may believe that they will never get the COVID-19, and they believe that it won't be allowed. You know, God won't allow it. And I say to you, if you believe, if you're not a believer, then to each his own. But if you are a believer and you are faced with COVID-19, don't let it shake your faith. And I say that because if He brings you to it and He allows you to go through it, He will stay with you through this. That's my belief. My belief, not pushing anything on anybody else. But my belief is He allowed it and He was with me every step of the way. And I thank Him for that. Moving on, of course, I did throat drops. I did lemons with peppermints. I sucked on the lemons, put peppermints inside, and sucked on it. Gatorade. The Gatorade, oh, yeah, I was drinking Gatorade like crazy because of the diarrhea. Now, I want to tell you about some exercises that my sister, the RN, she has over 20 some years of experience. Some of the exercises that she told me to do as well. One of them is called chest PT, and that's when you have someone to beat your back, and they'll beat with both hands on your back, up and down, and they'll do that a couple times a day. Um, let's say 3 times a day. Let's say 3 times a day, and then they'll do it for a total of 5 minutes, and that's good with breaking up the mucus, and that's called the chest PT, beating on your back. Also, deep breathing exercises. I did deep breathing exercises every time I thought about it, and with that, you're just taking a deep breath and you're holding your breath. You're expanding your lungs. You're holding your breath, and you count at least 20 to 30 seconds, and then you let go. You do that as many times as you can. 5 times would be great, but as many times as you can, do it. Hold your breath for that number of seconds, 20, 30 seconds, let it go. And then cough. Cough. You want to cough up mucus. You want to get that stuff out of there. You don't want it to settle. You want to get it up. And that hot liquids, that's really good with that, breaking up that mucus. I did forget to tell you on that citrus bowl with the lemons, limes, oranges. Don't forget ginger. Ginger is awesome as well. Um, you can buy raw ginger. You can peel it and cut it up in your tea and boil it. Or you can do like me. I just had someone to bring me hot water, and I used the lemon and ginger bags, tea bags, and I put honey in it, and it worked great for me. Again, this was just something to help out someone that may be dealing with the COVID-19. I am a survivor. I am grateful for life because I know that this stuff is real. I know that it's hospitalizing people and it's taking people out of here. I want to tell you again, even if you're not having any symptoms or anything going on, just build up your immune system if it is low, to give your body something to fight with. There's nothing wrong with wearing gloves. If you want to wear gloves at the grocery store, pushing your buggy, gloves at the ATM, pushing the buttons, getting money out, just wear your gloves, but always wear your mask. You have to do that. But gloves, is nothing wrong with it. I'm telling you, because it's all about putting you first and your family. I don't have anything else for you guys. I just wanted to share this. I just wanted to help somebody. Make sure you keep washing your hands. Make sure sanitizer, hand sanitizer when you have it. But I keep a bottle of sanitizer in my car. And some of these things are hard to find, I know. But just do what you can to make it through this thing, I believe. And I hope that you have faith as well. And we're going to make it through this thing. God bless you all. I love you guys. Bye.